Welcome students. We'll study motion and time today. In this, we'll study first distance and displacement. Then we'll study speed and velocity. And at the end, we'll study uniform and non-uniform motion. Let's say you're traveling. How do you practically calculate the distance traveled? What about the speed of you? How do you calculate the displacement? Is it the same as distance? What about velocity? Is it the same as speed? To answer all of these questions, let's first understand what all of these terms mean. Consider this example. Let's say this is the view from the top. Let's say Sonu's house is here and his friend's house is at the other end of the park. Monu's house is over here. And there is a road running all along the park. So let's say Sonu travels to his friend's house, Monu's house, in this path, like this and then like this, and he reaches over here. So what is the total distance traveled by Sonu? It's going to be this distance and this distance. Now how will you measure it? It's given that length of the park is 40 meters and breadth is 30 meters. So, distance traveled will be 40 plus 30 meters, which is equal to 70 meters. Now, how do we calculate our displacement? Now, displacement is defined as shortest distance from initial to final position. In our example, initial position is Sonu's house and final position is Monu's house. So how do we find the shortest distance? That's right, it's going to be a straight line from here to right over here. Now how to calculate this displacement? To calculate this, can you see a right angle triangle forming here? Like this? Yes, right angled over here. So to calculate this, we use Pythagoras theorem, because the displacement is hypotenuse of a right angle triangle here. So displacement is equal to under root of 40 square plus 30 square, which is equal to 50 meters. You can clearly see that displacement is less than the distance, because distance was 70 meters and displacement is 50 meters. Now there is one more important difference between this distance and displacement. Distance is a scalar quantity and displacement is a vector quantity. Now what is the scalar and what is this vector? Scalar means only magnitude and vector means magnitude with direction. And scalar only needs magnitude. Like this in our example, distance traveled was 70 meters and there is no sense of direction. But when we talk about displacement, we require 50 meters in northeast direction. How northeast? If just like in a map, north was upwards, then east would be on the right hand side, and this 50 meters is clearly in northeast direction. Now let's talk about speed. Speed is rate of change of distance. Now whenever you see this word rate, it always means divided by time, that is 1 by t. So speed would be equal to distance upon time. Now in our example, distance traveled was 70 meters and time taken, let's say he takes time equal to 1 minute 40 seconds. If we convert it all in seconds, it would be 60 plus 40 equal to, correct, 100 seconds. So what would be the calculation here if we put distance equal to 70 meter here and time equal to 100 seconds here? Our answer would be correct, 0.7 meter per second. Now this is the SI unit of speed. It is distance upon time. So unit is meter per second. SI unit of speed is meter per second. Now let's talk about velocity. Velocity is rate of change of displacement. So our formula would be velocity equal to displacement upon time. If we go back to our example, displacement was 50 meters in northeast direction. So velocity, if we put that in our velocity formula, 50 upon 100 seconds, which would be 50 meters per second. Yes, speed and velocity both have same unit, meters per second. So just like distance and displacement are pair of scalar and vectors, speed and velocity are also pair of scalar and vector. Speed is scalar and velocity is vector. And it's also easy to remember. S for scalar, so speed is scalar, and V for vector, so velocity is vector. So how would we represent our velocity 0.5 meter per second in a complete form? We'll have to give it direction as well. What would be the direction? Correct. It would be the same as direction of displacement. That is northeast direction. So speed was 0.7 meter per second without the sense of direction. It does not need direction. And velocity is 0.5 meter per second in northeast direction. Now let's say Sonu came back to his house using this path, like this. But this time he did not come by foot. What did he do? He borrowed his friend's bicycle here, and he rode the bicycle to get to home. So he took 40 seconds to reach home this time. So what would be the total distance traveled by Sonu for his entire journey? Entire means starting from here, then reaching his friend's place, then coming back from his friend's place to his own house. So the distance traveled would be 40 plus 30 was his total distance in first travel, that is getting to Monu's place. That was 70 meter. Then in coming back journey, he again traveled 40 plus 30. 40 plus 30, that is 70. So in total he traveled 70 plus 70, that is 140 meters. And what would be the total time taken? Correct. 100 plus 40, that is 140 seconds. What would be the displacement? Displacement is shortest distance from initial to final position. So for his first journey, that is starting from his own house to Monu's house, was 50 meters in northeast direction. But for the entire journey, he started from this position here, and at the end he came back to this same position. So this is his initial position, and this is the same as his final position. So displacement would be correct. Displacement would be 0 meters, but the time taken would be correct, 140 seconds. So what would be the speed for entire journey? Because in half the journey, Sonu took 100 seconds to cover first half of the journey and 40 seconds to cover second half. So it makes sense to use average speed here. Now speed is distance by time. So what would be the average speed? Correct. Average speed is total distance by total time. And similarly, average velocity would be total displacement upon total time. So putting our total distance and total time values here, we had 140 meters and 140 seconds. So average speed would be correct, 1 meter per second. And what would be average velocity? 0 meters divided by 140 seconds, which is equal to 0 meter per second. That is correct. Velocity would be 0. Why? Because total displacement is 0. Let's now talk about motion, uniform motion and non-uniform motion. So uniform motion means when a body travels equal distance in equal intervals of time in a straight line. So let's first talk about this first part till time here. A body is traveling, let's say 10 meters in 1 second, and same distance, that is 10 meter in next second and next to that as well. For example, this car is traveling in this fashion. It is covering 10 meter in 1 second. It is again covering 10 meters in next second, and so on. Now next part of the definition says in a straight line. So that means in one particular direction. So when we combine the total definition of uniform motion, we get constant speed and constant direction. But what do we know about speed and direction? Speed and direction combine to form, correct, velocity. So uniform motion means constant velocity. Now non-uniform motion means exactly opposite of uniform motion. Non-uniform motion means when a body travels unequal distances in equal interval of time. So here our body is traveling this particular distance in 1 second, and then much lesser distance in next second, then again larger and then smaller distance in next respective seconds. Now this is called non-uniform motion. So I hope you understood what non-uniform motion and uniform motion means. Try to solve problems based on all these concepts that I took in this lecture and let me know the doubts. See you.